Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Let me welcome you sincerely to the Sri Lankan Embassy. We are happy to have you as members of the International Club of DC. Your president, Sanjay, came and met me a few months ago, and he proposed to me that we have an evening such as this at the embassy premises, so that your membership would be given an opportunity to look at the different facets that is Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, as you know, is a multicultural, multilingual, multi-religious and multi-ethnic society. So we have great diversity in our country, and we believe that this diversity is our greatest strength. So when Sanjay, who is also Sri Lankan, as you know, suggested that we have this evening, I must say the timing was not the most conducive. It was during a time when COVID was everywhere, and I was a little bit hesitant, but he played his trump card. Soon after that, he said, we are going to sponsor this event. So that was enough for me. I said, okay, let's have it, let's do it, and we fixed the end of September today, in fact, to have you over to the Sri Lankan Embassy. I'm sorry I was not able to control the weather, but I can assure you a very enjoyable evening. We have for you a number of cultural items depicting traditions of this diversity that I spoke to you about, the diversity that is Sri Lanka. We have cultural dancers from the south of the country, we have dancers from the north of the country, and we also have dancers from the east and the west of the country. So you will get a glimpse of what this diversity is all about. Of course, all that is supported by excellent Sri Lankan cuisine is going to be cooked in front of you, some of the items. I have had this chef before at embassy evenings, and I can assure you that the food is very, very tasty. So go for it, enjoy yourself. And we also have quite a stocked up bar. So you can, if you're feeling hot after the curry, you can wash it down. I think Sanjay, being Sri Lankan, made sure that we had more white wine than red wine. So you don't have to drink water if you don't want to, but enjoy yourself. But let me take this opportunity of quickly giving you a summary of what is Sri Lanka. Just so that some of you who maybe for the first time are exposed to Sri Lanka this evening. Sri Lanka is slightly larger in geographical territory than West Virginia. So it's not a huge country. It's an island nation at the tip of southern India. But just to give you the other extreme example, Texas is 10 times larger than Sri Lanka. So we are slightly larger than West Virginia, but 10 times smaller than Texas. Apart from that, we have a great history, which we are very proud of, great civilization that we are very proud of. The chronicles in Sri Lanka record that the first city, Sri Lanka, was founded in the 3rd century. And it is recorded as one of the longest continuously running, occupied cities in Asia. So it has a great history, great tradition. It's of course listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So this is you can still go there and see for yourself the old ruins, see for yourself the Buddhist culture, that was brought around that time, 2,500 years ago, from India. And in that whole area of the North Central Province, as we call it, we have a number of such places which were founded after this great city of Anuradhapura was founded. So you can also see the rock fortress of Sigiriya, which some of you may have heard, which was founded subsequent to Anuradhapura and before Polonnaruwa. So that whole area is called the Cultural Triangle. And it's not just only beaches that we have to offer. We also have to offer great cultural attractions that you can see for yourself and enjoy. Talking of the beaches, of course, we have some of the best beaches in the world. We have beaches as an island right around the country, and some of them are very popular for new sports, especially sports among the younger generation. Some of the areas in the east of the country, which are beautiful beaches, are very popular for surfing. There are surfers from all around the world who come and participate in competition. They are young people who come and enjoy Sri Lanka. They not only enjoy the surfing, they also travel around the country, and they're ambassadors for Sri Lanka when they go back to their respective countries. Windsurfing is something that is picking up in a very sustained manner in Sri Lanka. So we're offering windsurfing as a destination in Sri Lanka. We have excellent scuba diving places in Sri Lanka. So if you're a diver, you can enjoy that aspect of Sri Lanka. So there's so many things that you can do in Sri Lanka. That is as far as the attractions go. And of course you can, as you will see from the videos that we are going to show you, you can just take a bicycle and just bicycle around the country, stopping wherever you want and discovering Sri Lanka that way. It doesn't have to be an organized visit to Sri Lanka. You can plan your own vacation. So these are the things that you will experience when you go to Sri Lanka. And just to give you a little bit of the political history very quickly, we were first occupied by the Portuguese. You may not know this. I think Sanjay, you were telling me that you had an event yesterday at the Portuguese embassy, am I right?
I'm Dr. Desai,
Yeah. So I hope they treated you well when they knew that you were Sri Lankan. So we were first invaded by the Portuguese. They couldn't occupy the entirety of the country, but they used Sri Lanka, especially the maritime ports, for commerce. The Portuguese East Indies Company was at the forefront of using Sri Lanka for trade, especially in spices. And then after the Portuguese, we had the Dutch coming in. And the Dutch, once again, was brought by commercial interest. They were in India, in Goa, and places like that, and then they came to Sri Lanka, once again with the Dutch East Indies Company, the successor to the Portuguese East Indies Company. And then they were around for some time, and you can also go and see the famous Dutch port, the fortified fortress that they built in a place called Galle in the south of Sri Lanka. That's also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So you will see the ramparts, you'll see some of the churches that they built there. So that's worthwhile seeing, and you should make a note of that. And subsequent to the Dutch, we had the British who came in, and British were there for a very, very long time. They were there till 1948, when we got independence. And that's the year that we established diplomatic relations with the US. So we are going to celebrate 75 years next year. And there'll be many events like this. And if you keep in touch with us, we'll certainly send you an invitation to come down to some of those events. We look forward to cementing our very close ties with the American people and the United States, who have been with us in the good times as well as bad times. I can remember when the tsunami struck Sri Lanka, before your government actually got into the act of coming and helping us, school children spontaneously, when they saw pictures on television, on CNN and other avenues of media dissemination, they on their own started collecting money, and they were donating monies to children in Sri Lanka. And of course, some of your former presidents visited Sri Lanka during those few days soon after the tsunami, and they gave their unstinted support to assist Sri Lanka. So this is something that we will never forget. You were there at the forefront in helping us, and we've been there always, even in the recent past, when Sri Lanka was experiencing economic challenges. The US, I can remember when I had the opportunity of meeting President Biden in the White House in the Oval Office. Even before I could tell President Biden to help Sri Lanka, he, on his own, asked me, what can I do for Sri Lanka? So that's the level of support that we have been getting from the highest levels of government in the US, and this has cemented the very strong bondage, the very strong relationship that Sri Lanka has and US has had over the last 74 years and will endure into the future. So I hope that you will enjoy this evening. As I mentioned to you, there are lots of things that for you to engage in, to see, to take back with you. We hope that all of you will no sooner you go back to your respective homes, starting Monday maybe, book your ticket to go to Sri Lanka. That's what we hope that every one of you will do. And also, don't forget to disseminate what you see today, what you experience today, to the 40,000 odd members that you have in your association. Word of mouth is the best form of advertisement. So talk about Sri Lanka, talk about what you have seen, what you have experienced, and maybe ask them to join you in visiting Sri Lanka. Going back to the wine, there is no time limit to end this event today. You can stay here and enjoy the wine and the whatever else that is there after you have your meal. Someone asked me when they came in whether there were rooms here, but there are no rooms here, I'm sorry. Rooms to stay, but enjoy yourself. And if you are driving back, drive responsibly back to your home. So thank you very much, and I'm told that you would like to pose some questions to me, maybe some clarifications that you might like to have. So we have about 5 to 10 minutes devoted to any questions that you might like to ask me as the ambassador. So the floor is open to you. Please feel free to ask me anything that you want.
What is the current economic situation given the strong U.S. dollar?
Well, it's going to be to your advantage. You will have a great time with your dollar. The parity rate is very much in your favor. So that's another reason for you to go. Okay, so thank you very much once again, and hope you enjoy this evening. Hope to see you.